Chapter 12. The Weaver. After leaving Damascus into the desert, Saul is looking for his former mentor, Gamaliel. He gets into the city of Palmyra, and then in Palmyra, he meets Gamaliel's brother, Hezekiah. He talks to him and gets to know that Gamaliel is further inside the house. And he learns also that Gamaliel has now been interested in the teachings of Jesus. And he says that he and his family respect it, but think that Gamaliel is getting too old and probably the age has got him mentally ill. Of course, Saul didn't disclose to him what was happening, didn't even say exactly his proceedings, just said that he was a former mentee of Gamaliel. And then he met Gamaliel. Well, this is when, as we said before, we visit the desert of the lands in our hearts, the desert within, the dry land. Saul himself was feeling disoriented and confused. He shared that with Gamaliel. He said, I need to come here. And the one so powerful, so full of knowledge, doctor of the law, now finally came to his senses that we alone cannot perceive and move forward. We need collaboration. We need teamwork. And this is one of the laws we learn in the Spirit's book, the law of society, showing us that we only grow when we really partake in one another's growth. We cannot move forward without it. That's what happened to Saul. In talking to Gamaliel, he says, I don't know what to do. I'm really confused, he says. He says, if I talk to our brothers in the synagogues, they won't understand me. And Gamaliel said, and I'm afraid the people of the way won't understand you now either. So what do I do? And Gamaliel teaches us something that can be used for our whole lives. He said, well, the first thing, you need to be a weaver again. Your father taught you when you were a child. So go ahead and use that, the skills of being a weaver or a tent maker, and then you use that for the benefit of, earning your living. And not only that, but one of the most important insights that Gamaliel shares is you made your living by watching others over others, but God has called you to examine your own wrongs, just as He has called me. The promised land lies before us. We must overcome the obstacles and proceed. This would no longer be possible for you as a doctor of the law. And then he says something that is very important for us. You must begin your work all over again. Like a man who searched for gold where there was none. The problem is one of labor, of personal effort. And Saul exclaims, yes, I now understand. He understands that he needs to dive deeper within himself. He decides to go deeper into the desert. Gamaliel asks his brother, who is a businessman, to give some opportunity of work, to be a weaver in his business, into the oasis of the desert. And he accepts. And inside that opportunity, he makes new friends, Aquila and Prisca, a couple that to his surprise of Saul, they are also Jesus followers. but he doesn't say anything. He doesn't disclose to them that he is the soul, feared soul. But then, hearing what they are saying about everything, and in one day with an insight, when he gets to know months later that Gamaliel is dead, he says, now I'm going to disclose who I am. Now he has a good friendship with them. And he discloses that he is the soul-feared soul. And what is their reaction? They embrace him with much compassion and forgiveness. Another lesson for nowadays of tolerance, forgiveness, and kindness, and spirit of true collaboration. And not only that, 3 years went by. They went by when he was learning the meditations in solitude and also in companionship with these two friends, the teachings of Jesus, revisiting his whole life, revisiting himself, and finally he feels he's ready to take a new journey. He decides to go back to Damascus. For us, now, we get into a deeper meditation when we also, like Saul, once, as Gamaliel said, maybe we have searched for gold. We didn't find it. Now, it's time to start all over again, to proceed and move forward. How can we do it? By looking deep inside of us. Let us think about it as you do the visualization on track number 2 of the CD Therapeutic Visualizations by Joana de Angelis and Divaldo Franco. There we'll find the opportunity of trying to unveil the needs inside of us as we prepare for the examination, reflection of the next chapter, chapter 13.